Best ever 11 you played with?
Best 11. Mark Swartz would be a goalkeeper. Yeah, 100%. I think he had a real good career. He achieved more when he probably left Middlesbrough in terms of when he went to Chelsea. But when he came to Middlesbrough, he was just superb. Like a real stalwart in terms of stature, how he handled himself and things, and that was brilliant. Really good. Really good.
What formation are you?
I'd probably go back four, old school.
4-4-2, yeah.
Back four, yeah. I'd go two centre halves. I would go Rio Ferdinand as my centre half. Other one, I'd go Nigel Pearson. I think Nigel was such a leader at Middlesbrough. I don't think he ever got the credit, you know what I mean, for every time we went up for a corner, went for a header, it would take him probably 30 minutes to get back because of his knees. But he would win every header. He would be on another level. I think those two would probably complement each other in terms of Rio's abilities and Nigel's leadership skills.
You have a good partnership with Vickers, didn't he? Is that right?
Yeah,
is that time?
Yeah, him and Stevie Vickers, and then Stevie ended up coming out for Gianluca Festa because Gianluca came in, and they were just brilliant. Really strong. Left back, I'd go Christian Ziege. He was just on another level in terms of what I ever thought I'd see at the Riverside and play with in terms of player. And then when he left Middlesbrough to go to Liverpool, obviously left a little bit of a bitter taste in terms of Middlesbrough fans. But when Liverpool come calling, you don't give that up. You don't see those things through. Right back, I'd probably go Kieran Dyer. I know Kieran doesn't see himself as a right back, but he was just he was so versatile in terms of what he had and what he could do was just brilliant. And yeah, I think that back four would probably complement each other and do pretty well. I'd probably go three in the middle, three centre midfielders in the middle as a 10 with two centre forwards, just to try and cover all bases really. I'll go with my 10 before I go with the three in the middle. So my 10 would be Juninho, because I don't think there's a better player that I've played with in my career. I think, you know what I mean, I think he used to unlock doors. He would do certain things on a football pitch and training pitch that I would just be, how on earth have you done that? And for someone who was such a small guy,
free kicks as well,
just everything. He had the lot. He had the lot. Yeah, he could win a game on his own. He could make something happen on his own, and he was just a phenomenon. You know, he was just really strong.
2 spells at the club as well, did he?
Yeah, his first one was brilliant. Then he came back on loan from Atletico Madrid after he broke his leg. Yeah, and I wish he hadn't.
He was a different player, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was sub behind me. We shared position really. And I think every time I see him warmed up, it would always be in my head that I'm coming off. You know what I mean? Because Juninho's coming on, you hear fans singing his name, and it would always be, you know what I mean, quite disheartening for me. You know what I mean? And always be thinking, like, I wish he hadn't come back, because his first spell was such a success that people always say, don't go back. You know what I mean? And that always ruminated with me, really. Sometimes I don't ever go back, because that always was one example that if he hadn't, I think he would be remembered. But then the second time he came back, he won something. So, which, you know what I mean? I think the club won something. So he had a bit of success, but I think his first time he was here was unbelievable. 3 centre midfielders, Stevie G, Paul Gascoigne. I'm going to throw Emerson in there as well, because I don't think you can have those two without Emerson. I think those two were just on another level. I think they'd complement each other. You know, they all had different abilities. Stevie's range of passing, the way that Gazza would just dribble through everybody, and Emerson's just a mountain as a man, as a player. Would just be unbelievable. And I think this day and age would probably complement each other in terms of a trio, as the way they play. 2 up top, Michael Owen, 1,000,000% would be the first name on my team sheet, because he'd score goals out of nothing. As a young kid at 14, 15, he would do it, and he'd still do it all the way through his career. Brilliant. And then my last one, I'm probably stuck in between 2, Rav and Boksic. Boksic was probably a better footballer, but Rav's goals, return, everything what he brought to Middlesbrough was just unbelievable. So I'd probably say Ravanelli, because of the things he won. His debut alone at Middlesbrough when he scored 3 against Liverpool, just like he set his stall out with in regards to what he needed to do. And all the successes that Middlesbrough had that year, with 2 cup finals at Wembley and a relegation, made it even more special how good he was. And if we hadn't have been down there, how more successful would he have been? Yeah. Because we just scored more goals, winning more games, and it was such a shame that the club went down, because the writing was on the wall that he would leave. He would have to leave because of you can't blame the Championship because it was probably just unfair.
Bounce straight back though, probably.
We did bounce straight back, but then we brought other players in, Paul Merson, etc. You know, I mean, that's how Merce can't make. Mercer's got to be a sub, and I'll sit next to Paul.
That is a top class side, that is, isn't it? You shared the pitch with some players there. It's got to be said.
And the manager.
Brian Robson.
Yeah, Robson.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, and out of those players, how many are world class? Would you say?
You say Rio was earlier? No, I don't think he did. Did you?
No. Well, how many of those are world class?
Yeah,
Gerrard, Juninho,
Seager,
Owen.
Michael Owen.